Hello, my name's Jan James. I'm an NLP practitioner and life coach. And one of my passions is very much dealing with really wonderful and beautiful women who are holding themselves back. Whether this is showing itself at work, where you're not standing in your own power, whether that's in relationships or another aspect of your life. I think you can recognise yourself in the belief systems, the internal dialogue that is just not helping you out at all. Now, there's something else going on under the surface with this, which is what I wanted to talk to you about today. And that is the energy you are pushing out there when the internal dialogue is not that good, when you're not feeling good about yourself and just maybe not good enough. This is something that's, as I say, may be showing itself at work or in a particular aspect of your life, but it is a problem that's a bit deeper than those particular circumstances. So it's not necessarily the job, it's not necessarily the relationship that's the problem. It's something that's going on internally that you do actually have the power. Start that again. The power to change, but you may not have realised that yet. The reason you haven't realised it is you haven't been taught it. Now, if this sort of stuff was taught in schools, colleges and universities, there wouldn't be so many problems at all. But unfortunately, it's not. So finding your power, the ability you have to control your own emotions, your responses, and even the way that you think, this is totally in your control. You just haven't learnt it yet. And this is what I'm very passionate about sharing, to get you standing in that really strong place so that you're not held back through fear, anxiety, worry or stress in whatever situation that you're in. So okay, what this video is about, I've gone off a little bit off track there, is really when you've got this belief system of not enough, there is something going on under the surface, and that is the energy that you're emitting. Now, the way this comes out is in body language and in tone of voice. We don't realise that everybody is actually communicating in much more deeper ways than initially thought. I mean, there's a statistic that goes around that says only, 90%, or who works out these figures, I don't know, 90% of communication is not words. Ooh. So we think, we're just talking and, then it's the words that we're using accounts for it all. But no, the majority is body language and tone of voice. Now, when you've got an energy going on inside where you just don't feel very good about who you are, you're feeling inadequate in some way, or you're worried about failure, you're worried about messing up, or you're thinking that other people are judging you, and you start comparing yourself to other people, that lowered energy vibration will come out in a quieter tone of voice, for example, an unsure tone of voice. When you're asking for something, there's almost that expectation you're not going to get it. The body language would be in terms of shrinking, not standing very tall. Now, don't worry, this communication is not consciously understood necessarily by other people, but they will respond to it unconsciously. So it's not a case that other people will look at you and go, they haven't got much confidence. That's not the case at all. But they may actually respond to you and not help you or not give you what you need because of this energy that you're emitting without even knowing. There's this fascinating thing that goes on with beliefs. So if you have a belief like we're talking about here that you're not really good enough, or you're going to be found out at work because you don't feel like you should be in the role, or that you're not doing it well enough, for example, that you will then speak in a way that you don't get the support. You'll hold yourself back and not say anything at all, so you'll end up feeling resentful. So that belief that maybe you don't fit in or you're not good enough, you will then seek out proof of that belief. The mind can just focus purely on the things that prove it. The time somebody said something wasn't good enough, for example, and it will then delete all of the positive praise you've had. I know. and we won't even know that the brain is doing that. But we do create what we believe in an unconscious way. So as I say, it will be in the way that you're speaking, it will be the way you're holding yourself, all those subtle, minute languages of the body and of the voice that then end up generating the result that you don't want. But your beliefs are creating a way of behaving to make sure. I mean, a good example of this would be in a relationship, for example, and you believe that you're not heard or that you're not supported or you're not helped. You will then communicate in a way of not asking for what you want, is one way of doing it, then getting resentful because you're not getting any help. Another way would be to ask for help but sort of do it in a way that you're not expecting a result. So asking for it and being, oh, I'll do it myself, it's okay. And then getting resentful about it. So this is the way we generate the behaviour that we don't want. Now, I don't want you to think that, your mind's your enemy, although it sounds like it when it's doing stuff like this. It's not. It's been set up with a very positive intention to help you to believe what you believe and keep those beliefs firmly in place. Now, beliefs are not reality. They are very subjective. Everybody's beliefs are different. They're not the ultimate truth. But you can end up living your life totally through what you believe and almost defending them to the death. So it's a really great idea to sort of have a little bit of a dive into what is it that you're saying to yourself? What do you believe about you? If that's not good, then it's time to change it because it's not the truth. Beliefs have been adopted from other people. So unless you've adopted those beliefs from somebody who is all wise and all knowing and a really positive role model, then I'd say it's worth questioning what you're believing about life, what you're believing about yourself, what you believe about your own capability. It's really, really time to be looking into that and to start shifting it around, because these self-beliefs in particular are the ones that's holding you back. They're the ones that are stopping you saying things. They're the ones that are making you fearful of dealing with your bosses, dealing with difficult situations, being afraid of confrontation, for example. So if any of this stuff is holding you back, get in touch and get it sorted out, because you can. You don't have to live with it. It's just a case that you're dealing with some stuff that you've learnt from the past and it's not working anymore. And there's this saying that if you keep on doing what you're doing, you'll keep on having what you've got. So reach out, get the help that you need. It's actually quite tricky to change your own belief systems. That's just because you're thinking through your own head and your own beliefs. They're operating through your own mind. So it's very difficult to get a very clear and objective view of that. And it's not as difficult as you think it may be to actually start to stand in your own power, to feel confident in whatever situation you're struggling with. Confidence lives within you. It is there already. Maybe a little out of view right now, but it is there to be pulled out, to be embraced and used so that you are standing in your power. If you'd like a little chat to see whether, working one-to-one would be an ideal way forward for you, then just send me a little message and we can arrange a free, no obligation chat to see if it vibes right for you, if it feels good to you. Have a chat, go away, think about it and then decide what you want to do. I'd never, ever, ever put any pressure on anybody to do anything that didn't feel comfortable to them. So it's purely your decision. But, if you're curious about how this would work for you, what would it be like to sort of get on a team with me to get that guidance, support, help and resolution, send me a message. Let's have a little chat and you can find out exactly what it will do for you. Okay, until next time, bye for now.